When will we cure blindness? It has been over 20 years since Jens Newman, a man blinded in both eyes by separate accidents, was able to see thanks to an implant in his brain. It was a cortical implant designed to stimulate his visual cortex to allow him to see light dots. These light dots were rearranged according to a video camera mounted on glasses he was wearing. Thanks to this, he gained limited vision for a brief period of time and was able to even drive. It was revolutionary and inspiring. It even featured on a news segment in a documentary. The designer of the method, Dr. William Dobell, was poised to be a revolutionary, and blindness seemed like it was on the verge of being conquered. Unfortunately, that did not pan out. Dr. Dobell passed away and the device stopped working and had to be surgically removed from Jen's brain. The design had two major flaws. One was that the connection between the implant and the rest of the apparatus was not wireless, meaning that Jens required a wire protruding out of his head for the system to work. The other problem was the lack of precision from the current stimulating his brain. Due to technological limitations, Dobell had overstimulated the region to allow vision. Higher and higher voltages had to be applied to continue to allow this apparatus to work. This was not an issue early on, but was not feasible long-term as Newman's brain started to resist stimulation. Newman himself started to feel the side effects of this high current, and in some cases even had seizures. Luckily, both of these issues have been resolved by current technology. The latest cortical implants were wireless and the stimulation was very precise and small. But it then begs the question, why don't we use them more often? This even puzzled me to a large degree. The latest cortical implant I was able to find information on was on a woman named Bernadetta Gomez. She lived in Spain and had the device implanted on her for 6 months in 2018. The device allowed Gomez to regain some vision using the same methods that worked on Newman. It was successful but had to be removed because they were not sure if the material was safe to have in the brain for a long time. That is a fair concern since the brain will naturally try to attack the device as it is a foreign material. The breakdown then could release toxic components to other parts of the brain. But despite these issues, it seemed like the most versatile and consistent method of tackling blindness. So why is it not adopted more often? Well, it comes down to 3 reasons: cost, competition, and logistics. The first reason, cost. Obviously, no treatment for vision loss is going to be cheap, but cortical implants are very expensive because they require a considerable amount of pre-planning, testing, and corroboration between surgeons and engineers. This costs in excess of $115,000 per patient and requires a considerable amount of after-surgery care. That includes the maintenance of the external devices as well as constant checkups on the condition of the brain and the implant. With the pandemic hitting the globe recently and causing major economic problems, the situation has only gotten worse. Number 2, competition from other methods. As powerful as cortical implants can be, they are not necessary for everyone suffering from vision loss. For many, less invasive methods and procedures are just as likely to help them see again. Techniques including retinal implants, gene therapy, and others can help many people suffering from vision loss. This dwindles down the pool of people this process is suitable for, and with less demand, it receives less resources. Finally, the third reason is logistics. Cortical implants will require a considerable amount of resources and coordination to properly conduct trials. They also need a strong healthcare infrastructure to make them attainable for everyone. On top of that, a steady stream of patients to make sure there is a consistent market so that the engineers and surgeons that do the procedure can solely focus on that area. Now, all of these are attainable if the proper funding is there, but for now, that is not the case. Cortical implants ultimately are not the only method to solve blindness, but for now, they seem like the one-size-fits-all solution. Other methods will continue to make headways to cure specific causes of vision loss, but for now, there is no consensus method. At the end of the day, technology is there. It's everything else that needs to come together to make it happen. So, let us know what you think, and if you liked the video, please make sure to click like and subscribe. Thanks.